Hello, welcome or welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz and I will be guiding you on this journey. We have a couple decks and as always, we're going to ask for consent from the deck that we're going to use for these readings because, we want to be sure that the deck even has a message, that it has the energy to give us a message. So I basically just shuffle until a yes or a no card comes out. And this is a deck that I was looking for. And it was like way in the back of this one shelf that I have all of my decks on that I've been kind of transferring to this other shelf. Anyway, in the process of finding it, a couple other decks went flying. So that was fun. I'm like, I know I'm not going through all of this just for you to say no to me. So, which it has the freedom to do. So, anyway, I was like, what am I talking about? I've been kind of doing a little disclaimer at the beginning, just so we're all on the same page. We have the star. That's a yes card. Okay, good. So, we'll save these two decks for another time. So yeah, disclaimers. I'm not a psychic. I'm certainly not claiming to be, but I know these cards and my intention is to give you the message as it is coming through on the card and as it's coming through for me. I always set the intention for the message to come through me, not from me. So however which way and as many different times that comes through, I do like to explain the message of each card because not only does it help me process my thoughts, but you have your own intuition. You're the one that's living your life. So no doubt you are going to receive your own message. Now, of course, be discerning. Don't try to fit a small peg into a round hole. Really listen to that distant voice, not the loud one, not that loud one that most of us have, but the one for me, it's always like off to the right back of my head. And, it's literally, it's like just, it's neutral. It's confident. It's like, it's free of, ego, emotion, all the things, right? So that is the voice that we want to tap into, even if we sometimes don't like what it is saying. Of course, if you haven't already, I would absolutely adore you. Well, I adore you anyway, but I would adore you even more if you subscribe to my channel. Truly, it is an energy exchange. And of course it helps me grow. So it's, just this circle of, growth, because hopefully these messages are affirming or confirming for you, because sometimes too, we just need to have confirmation or affirmation that what we think is going on is actually going on. And that way it frees up the mind space. It frees up our energetic space to be able to focus on the next thing. And truly, I do think that at least the messages that I give are more so along those lines, so that you can be like, oh, okay, that is actually happening. So what's next, right? Like, what do I want to do with this? What can I now focus my time, my energy, my everything on, instead of like staying in this this loop of, is this happening or no? And with all that being said, I know I also didn't get around to the human design profile readings last time around. Life, we roll with it. So hopefully I'll be able to get around to those this time, because I'm sure those were missed. And okay, let's get into the reading. Great. So this is a reading for Sagittarius, and we're doing it on the Sagittarius full moon, so that's fun. I hope you're all doing well. Let's see what the message is for you. The Devil. Okay. What about this Devil card for Sagittarius? Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. More. This feels like falling back into an old pattern. One more card, at least. One more. Two of Swords. Four of Cups. The Hermit. Yeah, it honestly, it really does feel like how am I, okay. It, like, I can feel it. I just need to, I need to articulate what I am feeling. Because, okay, let's work through this together. This Ace of Pentacles feels like they're offering this coin to the Devil. It almost feels like a ransom payment, or like a bribe keeps coming up in my head, or like satisfying some sort of fee or tax or something. And what I kept, when I was like shuffling the cards and I'm staring at this Devil card, right? Because I'm just kind of focusing on, like what about the Devil card, right? All these, things are trapped in these like jars or terraniums, like whatever, right? And it kind of almost feels like a prison, but trapped in whatever sense, and just feeling like helpless. And this little mouse it's like paying bail. But the feeling that I am getting from these two cards specifically is that, like, if there is something that is just, it's starting to either maybe freak you out or feel out of your control in some capacity, because the Devil card talks about the things that control us: obsessions, toxic behaviors, addiction, of course, to illusions, anxiety, fear. I mean, truly, right? It's the things that make us feel trapped. And if you are finding yourself in an energy where you do feel trapped, or you feel anxious about something, then again, like I said, like, it has this feeling of going back to a pattern because it is comfortable, because it makes you feel like you have control. It allows you to pay the piper. Pay the piper. That is so interesting, like how that is coming through. And I'm looking at this figure on this card, right? It's not even real. Like, the head isn't even attached to the body. The hands aren't even attached to the body. So like, I'm getting this feeling of it being made up. Like, it is something that is being created out of anxiety, out of fear, out of like losing trust, losing faith, even like the discomfort, like, because of course, like, if we find ourselves uncomfortable in our lives, in whatever, and then we do start producing stories. And usually those stories are in an effort to make us go back to what is comfortable. But again, right, I mean, it's a toxic pattern, or it's going back to a toxic way. I don't know why toxic keeps like coming to mind. It feels more like, yeah, it worked, but at what cost? Like, what did it cost you to do that just for the sense of comfort? The Ace of Pentacles is usually, it's a new opportunity. Pentacles have to do with our money, how we get it, how we save it, how we spend it. It's our time and our physical energy, which usually, we do use that in exchange for money. It's our physical body and our health. Anything tangible, anything that you place worth and value on. It's just, I cannot, I'm trying to like every time I look at this combo, I cannot get past that this mouse looks like they are offering but there's this gap here, right? And it's like they can't quite reach. It could also even be trying to throw money at a problem to solve it. This could even have like some correlation to worth, like your own self-worth. It could have something to do with your health also. Again, just falling back into an old pattern or developing a new one. I kind of want to see what the book says about the Devil card, actually. Bondage, lust, fixation, constraints. The Devil stands before a vast wall of prisoners. The Devil signifies the elements in ourselves and our lives which hold us in metaphorical chains. Which, did I say that? Yeah, okay, kind of. You may feel trapped in a situation or habit, but it is not the time to blame external forces. This card tells us that many of the difficulties and constraints within our lives are formed by our subconscious or by our own direct choices. You may also be too absorbed by an idea, project, or goal. Although it is essential to focus your energy, you should also remember to nurture your relationships. The Ace of Pentacles says prosperity, positive change, hardworking, focus. See, when I look at the card in the book, it looks so different than how it looks, probably because it's sitting next to the Devil card. Because in the book, this really even looks like investing in yourself is like the first thought that went through my head. So it says, a field mouse in her sumptuous garden grasps a golden coin. Look forward to an abundant influx of prosperity or positivity. Interesting. When this card appears, a bounty of wealth, inspiration, or prosperity is in the near future. This ace speaks of an upcoming change for the better, which is likely related to your existing goals. The incoming windfall will be the result of your hard work and commitment. It may be time to invest even more energy into your current area of focus, as the following changes will bring new breath and prosperity to your life. Reflect on the garden in this card. There is a definite cultivation, but the lushness has come organically. Investing in yourself. Even, okay, I feel like it's changing here for me. Especially like with this card being in the middle and just, how bright it is, colorful. And then on either side of it, we have the Devil, which again, right? All of the things that we talked about, the Devil. It could even be, of course, like keeping yourself stuck, putting yourself in a box, like whatever, right? Like all those things. The Two of Swords is indecision, almost like even the unwillingness to make a decision, but also like maybe it's just that you don't like the choices that you have, which could be influenced by the devil card. You know, like if there is this new experience, even if that is something that you are trying to manifest here, right? Like if you are investing in yourself, and it's one of those things, like if you don't know the decision to make, don't make it yet. And you know, like I was watching the Matrix movies recently, and something that I have not picked up on until this time. I think like the last time that I watched all the Matrix movies in like succession, the one thing that I got out of it was the white rabbit talking about choice is just an illusion. You already know what you want to do, right? And I'm like, that kind of blew my mind a little bit. But this time, the Oracle said in a couple different movies that it's not the choice that creates indecision. I mean, this isn't what she said, you know, obviously verbatim. I can't remember what she said verbatim. This is just my understanding of it. She's like, you've already made the choice. You're just trying to understand why. And that's where maybe, you know, this devil card starts coming up. Especially, okay, it's all coming together here, Sag. It's finally coming together. See, that's why we talk through things. Especially if you are trying to either manifest this new beginning, whatever that looks like for you, right? Like opportunity, and whatever that is having to do with pentacles, your home, the resources and materials available to you, the money that is available to you, your health, you know, like your physical body, whatever, any of those things, right? If you are trying to like manifest that, or even like recognizing that is the next step, right? So no doubt you have already made a choice. You already know what you want to do, right? Because again, with the white rabbit from the Matrix, choice is just an illusion. You already know what you want to do, right? Like you've already made the decision. That's why choice is an illusion. But now, like it's like you made the decision, you chose something, and now it's like you're trying to understand why you've made that decision. And like all of this, you know, Brene Brown calls them gremlins, you know, limiting beliefs, self-sabotage, ego, you know, whatever, the shit that has either been trapped within you, baggage that, you know, we carry around, whatever the case may be. Now it's like sifting through that shit. But again, like it does want to draw you back in because your ego really does want to keep you safe, right? Like that's that our brains can't decipher between us literally being chased by a bear or us just thinking that we are, right? Like it doesn't know either way. So there's a lot to be uncovered here. You know, like are there things that can be released here, let go of, so that you can leave the nest? Because there's this bird here that's standing on this nest. I mean, the bird is blindfolded. You know, I mean, generally too, like, because whoever is in the Two of Swords is usually depicted as being blindfolded. And it's kind of like one of those things of like taking away your sense of sight. which forces you to rely on feeling. There's this river that's going through here. Water has to do with our feelings, your intuition, your other senses, feeling, hearing, smell, taste, right? Like, even the whole, you can't think your way through indecision. The choice has been made. What's holding you back? Or to even allowing yourself to understand the decision. Right? Like I was saying, like with the Oracle, and hopefully there's not been a glare on these the whole time. I should have moved them down a little bit. Sorry. Anyway, the Oracle and the Matrix saying, like, you've already made the decision. You're just trying to understand why you made that decision or why you are going with that choice. And what fucking difference does it make, bro? Is it because you're not using logic, or is it because you are using logic? And either way, it's like, this isn't the usual route that I go, or this, 6 months ago, a year ago, whatever, a month ago, I wouldn't have made this decision. So that's freaking me out. Like, whatever it may be. We have the Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which is lethargy, boredom, dissatisfaction. Also, though, this feels like, to me, not being distracted. Like, there's this hand here that's offering this glass, and they're just like, no thanks. I got my little rabbit here. I have my little rabbit mask on, which is kind of funny. But also, where are these hands coming from? Hold on. Does the book talk about all of that? Because what? Apathy, gratitude, openness, new experiences. The figure... Whoops, did I... Oh, no, okay. I thought I hit something. The figure turns up their nose at the full cup being offered to them. The Four of Cups is a card that represents the bounty of life with which we are presented, and that seeks to remind us not to turn our nose up at it. Feelings of apathy are strong during this period, and it is essential that you turn to find again that which makes life exciting and worthwhile. Avoid self-pity and closing yourself off from the world. New experiences or people may help to draw you out of your consuming thoughts. Open yourself to opportunity. That almost feels like it correlates to the Devil card. It's that whole, like, can't nobody tell me nothing thing. Well, somebody should tell you something, because right? Like, surely, I mean, especially since we do have the new opportunity card on the table, like, it's like, don't allow this period of, like, whatever the Devil and the Two of Swords is representing for you, don't allow that to, like, make you miss something. I mean, I know what I read from the book, but this still feels like, I mean, and whatever, I mean, maybe that does resonate for somebody, but it really does feel like not being tempted, which is what the Devil card is. The Devil card also represents temptation. And this, to me, feels like not being tempted. It is turning your nose up, but not like in a bad way, but just, that's not for me. No thanks. I don't think that that's a bad thing. The Hermit card behind it, this is like the Lone Wolf card. It's about introspection, healing, going within. It's also about the journey. And anytime the Hermit card comes out, I always kind of like talk about the spiel of, like, only you can walk your path. Like, your path is unique to you. And it's your responsibility to honor that. And, you know, like if that's what you are doing, that's what this Ace of Pentacles is, then of course all this like old shit, which conditioning, you know, like societal shit, cultural, familiar, like whatever, family, whatever, expectations, you know. And if you're going against that because you are honoring your own path, then yeah, that shit is going to come up. Which also means that you are exactly where you need to be, and don't let that shit hold you back. We have the Six of Wands behind that, which is success and recognition, even to like being weird. Like she's literally got herself dressed up as a fish. Maybe so she can swim like with these other fishes, you know. But, you know, I mean, it is like it's going after your desires and your passion, and even, you know, finding the places where you fit, you know. Who cares, like, if people think you're weird? Those people aren't for this journey anyway, you know. And like also too, don't let those opinions hold you back, you know. Let your freak flag fly. And truly, anything that goes against the grain, anything that goes against everybody's conditioning, people think is weird. But really it's weird to follow the conditioning. It's weird to live a life that is not authentic. It's weird to still be controlled by the shit that represents the devil in tarot, you know. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to go on this journey with you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.